This year's Computex coverage is brought to you by MSI, Thermaltake, Corsair, and Be Quiet.
Well, we're here at the Cougar booth. I think I might kick back at the moment. Amelia, why don't you show them the products?
So this is the brand new FV270, and we saw a prototype of this last year, and it has come a long way and is ready for the market. We have full tempered glass design. You can see it curves all the way around. This is two pieces as well, and at the front here, so the unique feature is that they've raised this up to give a little bit more room for airflow, and that means that the fan that is in here is actually slightly on an angle. It's designed to channel the air up into the main components and into the GPU to provide better cooling for the components. As well as that, the rear is also slanted. Now, what does that mean? If it was straight, usually the air gets pushed forward and kind of dissipates, loses its flow once it hits the front glass. With it being on a slight angle, it gets pushed forward and then it's kind of forced to go to the side and into the main components, keeping it nice and cool. Now, they actually did some testing with the glass and they found that 105.5 degrees was actually the optimum angle for perfect airflow. Now, this was a fun, quirky feature that they were telling me, but up the top here, they've actually recessed the power button, the USB ports, because they were thinking of when cats go and sleep on top of your PC, they didn't want the power button or anything hit, so they turn your PC off. Whether or not that is, a thing that they actually considered during design, I don't know, but that's what they told me. Now, as well as that slanted fan design, on the inside, you can see that the cable panel there actually has a slight curvature to it as well. That's actually further enhancing the airflow and helping direct it towards the main components. Now, in terms of fans, the bottom fan is the only one that comes pre-installed, so you will have to buy optional fans. But we can fit a 280mm radiator at the side here. You can also fit a 280mm radiator on top of the power supply shroud, but that obviously depends on how thick your GPU is. And we can also fit a 360mm radiator on the top, and on the top it actually has different mounting options, so you can actually shift it side to side. So that means that we actually have more compatibility with higher profile memory and things like that, and also any VRM heatsink clearance issues. Now, the RGB version actually retails for $199 US. There is also a non-RGB version that is $179 US. Now guys, if you're feeling stylish and you want to theme your build towards something like Wolverine, you could actually get the luminous rotating platform, which is sold separately to add a bit of personality and fun to your build. Now, this is the Airface Echo case, and it gets its name because the front panel design actually has these holes here. Now, this isn't just for a look. It actually has some features towards it. So what it does is it tapers in, which forces the air in and it increases the pressure. That means you effectively get more cooling for no extra dollars. And that is fantastic. Now, this case does come with two 180mm PWM fans, RGB of course, so we've got plenty of cooling going through. And if you look right here, we actually have this tab here. You pull it and you can actually remove the fan dust filter. Now, the case does come with the fans pre-installed, the two 180s at the front here, and of course we have the 120 at the rear here. And the case can actually fit up to a 360mm radiator at the top. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, case does come in black and white, but the unique feature about the I/O is the placement. So this black case actually has it up the top, while the white case actually has it down the bottom here. So it's got full modularity. Now, the MX600 was last year's performance case, but bigger is not always better. Right here, we actually have the MX600 Mini. What do I mean by bigger is not always better? Well, pound for pound, this actually has better cooling than its bigger brother. Now, this case actually comes with two pre-installed 160mm fans and a 120mm fan at the rear. Now, if you think of most mesh panels, they're actually circles instead of squares. Now, circles, yeah, they let through some air, but if you think about doing a square instead, you actually get the sides of the circle, so it actually lets more air in. So effectively, we're getting way more airflow just by having the squares instead of circles. Now, we can get this case in black and white, and the RGB version is available for $84 US, and the non-RGB version will be retailing for $69 US. Now guys, how much do you expect an entry-level case to come in at that actually comes included with 4 RGB fans? This is only $59 US. That is incredible. You can get it in black and white. It's got 240mm radiator cooling support, and at the front of the case, we can get a full 360mm radiator in there. So $59 plus all of the performance, not a bad buy. Now ladies, you may love pink, Unfortunately, this is just a display case. However, the FV150 does come in black and white. Now, I want to say, guys, every company has one of these, but this is Cougar's entry-level design, and it's only retailing for 79 US dollars. Now, what do you get for 79 US dollars? Well, we've got a panoramic case, but we've also got 4 included RGB fans. It is also a dual chamber design, so all your cables, they're all hidden at the back. And the one unique feature about this $79 case is majority of the cases on the market that look similar to this, you actually have to install the fans from the bottom. Well, this one here for a $79 case actually has the removable fan bracket, so you can install your fans, put the fan bracket back in, 2 screws to install it, and it makes for simpler building.